Alright y'all, what's up? It's your boy, 3Style here, back here again with another video, and today we're gonna be doing another anime review, and yeah, and this time we're gonna be doing it on Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Senpai, if I'm saying that right. But yeah, this anime right here, it took me a while to get through this, cause like I be telling y'all, I don't really like slice of life or romance anime. That's not really my genres I deal with, cause like they kind of boring to me. And yeah, and one of my friends told me to watch this. He hyped it up and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a review on it. And yeah, let's get into it. And yeah, and pretty much the plot is like kind of simple. The plot is that it's a boy named Sakuda embarks on a journey with his friends as they deal with problems in high school and puberty syndrome. And yeah, and puberty syndrome is pretty much is like when a problem happened to them while they're going through puberty, it kind of manifests into like not a being but like an object. I can't really describe it.
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker.
But yeah, and Sakuda can be lifeless, like a lifeless zombie sometimes, but he also cares about his friends and stuff like that. And yeah, and pretty much what his puberty syndrome is, when he go through too much stress or he dealing with too much stress, these like it's like 3 claws on his chest, they start to bleed like blood.
Now that's a lot of damage.
And yeah, and that's pretty much it with his like puberty syndrome. And yeah, and then we got Mia. Mia is a serious individual but also very goofy and playful. And yeah, and like with her puberty syndrome, pretty much was that people were starting to forget her, and they was erasing, like they could not remember her because she left the show business, so she went like on commercials and stuff, and she felt like people didn't know her for herself. She felt like people just knew her as a star, the star like on the TV show. That's all they imagine her as. So her like if she started to get erased from existence. That's practically what she was doing. Nobody didn't notice her.
Do you remember me, Larry Boy Barisi?
And yeah, and then we got Tomu. And yeah, she is like very insecure and she wants to fit in with everybody. She like the typical high school girl, pretty much. And with her puberty syndrome problem was that it was practically that she wanted to fit in with people, and she just like she just wanted to fit in with people, and she was trying to avoid this boy because the boy was trying to go on a date with her, and he did not like, and like she didn't want to go out with him because her friend liked him. And yeah, and then she had like, and then her problem was like her power. I'm just gonna say power. Her power was where like she was so stressed out to the point where she kept reversing the day. To restart the day over with because she was trying to hide from the boy and the boy kept trying to find her and stuff like that. And yeah, and then we got and Futaba, pretty much with her character, like she is very insecure too, and she's like very smart in like certain subjects like math, you know, math, science, quantum physics and stuff like that. And yeah, and pretty much with her puberty syndrome problem was that she was she had a double because she felt like people, like she felt like boys at her school was looking at her because of her body but not because of her like personality. So pretty much she split up into 2 people because she hated the side of herself that looked really nice, and then like the other side of her hated the side that was very smart, so they split up into two different people. And yeah, and then we got Nadoku, if I'm saying that right. And yeah, and she is like she is pretty and yet has like a great hate for her sister. And what I mean by that is like her puberty syndrome was that she hated her sister because her still sister was always in the spotlight, and her sister is Mia too. But like her sister was always in the spotlight, and like as when they was kids, they had the same dad, but they got different mamas. So since Mia mama had her in the showbiz, Nadoku mama wanted her to be in the showbiz too, so they could compete with each other. And that's why they stopped talking to each other when they was kids. So they split up. So like they just grew apart over time, and then like they end up not liking each other. And yeah, she hate Mia, and Mia hate her too. And yeah, that was pretty much what her puberty syndrome was, that her and Mia they swapped bodies and they had to live each other's lives. And then cause like and then Nadoku, she felt that she couldn't live Mia's life because Mia's life was way too hard. But Mia, she was like doing everything that Nadoku doing, she was doing it better. So they helped Nadoku develop into a better character. And yeah, and then we got Kaide. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but Kaide, that is Sutaka. I mean, why I say Sutaka, but Sakota's sister. Like this is younger sister, and yeah, and she is a cute, loving person, and she's very shy too. But like with her puberty syndrome was that she was getting bullied on the internet, so she started actually like they was like she started to get bruises on her neck and stuff, like she was actually getting physically hurt, but she wasn't. It was just cyberbullying. And yeah, and pretty much what that was, that she pretty much after that, like she dealt with that, she passed out, and then she just like blacked out for like 2 years. I don't know why, but they didn't really explain it, because they said that she had like, so okay, she said, okay, they said that like so Sakota was practically just imagining her personality being like that. So I don't know if she was knocked out for the past 2 years or what, but like they did not really explain it well. And yeah, and then like, cause like it's like it got two different versions of her. It got the version that Sakota was imagining, and they got the version of her that actually existed. That's how they explained it though. And yeah, and then we got Shako. I don't know if I'm saying it, but it's the girl that look like Mia. It should be a picture on the screen. But yeah, the girl that looked like Mia, like I said, she was a kind and compassionate person, and with her character was she didn't have no puberty syndrome. But the only thing that I can see is like she said that she can see through all of it, and she knew about everybody's puberty syndrome because she was talking to Sakota at the end, well towards the end, and she was telling him that. And like when they said that his sister was like, he was imagining his sister as like a different person. That's why I think Shikohu was like a totally different made up person to help so Sakota can help himself get through like his problems, because he was dealing with stress and stuff. So I pretty much think that she was practically just made up. But they making a whole nother movie about this, so I'm pretty sure she not made up at all. She not like a just imaginary character. But yeah, and that was pretty much it for the characters. And then my thoughts on it. My first thought was that the romantic part of the anime and all the other genres with it, they did not do it well. Like you know how like every anime has that one genre that they focus on more than all the others. This anime did not have that. It's like this. Okay, first the anime, it was marketed as a romance, and they did not do the romance good at all. They didn't do it justice, because like Sakota and Mia, they were like supposed to be together, and they did develop their relationship, but like they was dealing with all the other characters' problems to the point where Sakota and Mia, they couldn't even really get that much screen time, and we didn't get to see them like really heavily develop their relationship. So that's why I think like if they tried to market to you as a romance, that is like not good, and like they did not do that well. And then they got Supernatural, and that's a genre, and like they kind of did it good, but they didn't do it good enough. Cause if you gonna market it as a Supernatural, it better be like actually crazy stuff in it. And the only thing that was wrong with it was like the only thing that was supernatural here was puberty syndrome, and it was just practically somebody insecurities taking physical form. And yeah, and then the slice of life aspect of this anime, that's like the only genre I think this anime actually did well, cause like you cannot mess up a slice of life anime.
Obviously.
How do you mess up a slice of life anime? I don't get it. It's like, but like I don't know how you do it. But yeah, and like it's some other genres that they marketed to you as like this is romance, this is supernatural, this is slice of life, and like they don't do like half of them good anyway. So that's why I think like they didn't do most of their genres right. And yeah, and then like I just said about the puberty syndrome, another thing is that everybody is just insecure in this anime. The only person that wasn't insecure was the MC. And yeah, everybody else was like insecure about themselves. Like I said, the puberty syndrome is practically your insecurities taking physical form. Cause like I said, like Mia and her insecurities, that was stupid to me, because like it was just a bunch of high school problems that was annoying. And then Tomu, her problems was like even more annoying. And yeah, and then like the characters in this anime, they actually did show good emotion, and it was actually believable if I'm saying that. But like yeah, cause like it was some scenes where like that was like very emotional, and like cause like the MC, he got emotional a few times, and like it was actually good, but like the what caused it was kind of stupid to me, if you get it. And yeah, and then Futaba, she was my favorite character. And yeah, and like her character design, and also she was like the most believable character in the anime. And yeah, and then another thing that made me mad was the name of the anime, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Senpai. It did not have nothing to do with a bunny, and that's what made me mad. Cause like she wear a bunny suit two times, and then after that, never again. And I was like, okay, like why did you even name it that if you was gonna do it? But like that's just like a little I don't know, I just got mad about that. And then this anime also had a bunch of wasted potential.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's weighing down heavy on me, and it's not okay. Can you help a nigga out and just stop this?
And what I mean by that is like the romance, like the genre was like the romance, the slice of life, and supernatural. Like the romance, the material for the romance was already there. They could have just executed it more, and it would have turned out to be good. And also with the supernatural stuff, with the puberty syndrome and stuff like that, that was actually like good material to make something out of it. But they didn't. And then a slice of life, you can't mess up a slice of life anime. And then like Mia and Nodoku, like they actually had a good plot line. I actually was invested in their story, because it was like two sisters. They was fighting with each other, but they didn't know why. And the only reason why they were fighting against each other was because of their parents, because they had different mamas, and the mamas were competing against each other, and that's the only reason why they was fighting. So yeah, I was actually invested in their story and actually wanted to see what happened. And like it was like one more plot line with with like the MC and his sister. Like I was actually invested in that story, but the other plot lines, I was like, I didn't even like it. I was bored while watching it, and yeah, and then like and another thing that bothered me was that it was a bunch of throwaway characters in this anime, and what I mean by that is like if you take them characters out, the story will still progress as normal, and like if you take out Tomu, like she like one of the most useless ones. If you take out her, then like the story will still progress as it is. Nothing, like literally nothing will change in this whole anime. And yeah, and then like the MC, he had a best friend, and they could have did something with his character, but they did not want to do it. I don't know why. But yeah, since they didn't do nothing with his character, he just turned out to be a throwaway character. And then like Mia's sister, the Doku, she was also a throwaway character. Well, she was kind of it, but at the same time, she was needed to like have Mia get this character development. And then the last thing that made me mad was that you marketed this anime as a romance, supernatural, slice of life, and the two lovers didn't even kiss at the end. Like that made me mad. Why did I just watch these 12 episodes for no reason? And yeah, that made me mad. Like I cannot stress that enough, and that's why I hate like slice of life and romance anime, just because they boring. And then like if you don't get what you want out of them, you just waste like a few hours of your life. And with action or different type of anime, like even if they turn out to be bad, you wouldn't be mad because you still got something out of it. But with these anime, the characters and stuff be like throwaway characters, and you be like, why did I just watch this? And yeah, and then like if I had to rate this anime for the characters, I give it a 7 out of 10 because the characters, they was good, and then the characters also showed some emotion, so I gave them 2 extra points because it showed emotion. And yeah, other than that, the characters was like throwaway. So yeah. And then for the world building, I'm just gonna give it a 5, a flat out 5, because like it didn't really do too much with the world building. They had the puberty syndrome thing where they could have built off that, but they didn't. They decided, well, they did kind of build off of it, but at the same time they didn't, because like they didn't really go into detail about it. And like the only people that had it was the main cast. I get if it was like a worldwide thing and a bunch of different kids was dealing with it, and then I would be like, okay, that was kind of interesting. But since just the main cast had it, it really didn't kind of make sense to me. And yeah, and then like that's why I gave it a 6. And then for the plot, I just gave it a 7 because the plot, like I said, it wasn't like just an average plot, and it wasn't below average. So I just gave it 2 extra points because it was a little bit above average, and that's why I gave it a 7. But for the execution of the plot, I gave it a 4 because like they like my expectations for this anime was kind of set high because one of my friends wanted me to watch it, but I kind of took that out because like that's not fair to the anime for me having such high expectations for it. So I just kept it kind of low, and it still kind of disappointed me with all the stuff they had because there was so much wasted potential in this anime. And yeah, that's why I gave it a 4, and it was below average because they did not execute this plot good at all. And if I add it all up and divide it, it'll be a 6 out of 10. And that's pretty much, that's like a fine. Like the anime is just fine to me. It's not like it's not a masterpiece or nothing like that. It's just a fine regular anime to me. And yeah, and then should you watch this anime? I say yes if you like slice of life anime, but if you somebody like me who like action or just like characters that you can connect with and stuff like that, I don't recommend you to watch this. And yeah, and like I would have got this video out last week, but my internet for my computer was like broken, and like I decided just to take a break Cause like I was too mad and stressed out about it, and yeah, and like I said, like that's pretty much it for this video. It's your boy 3 Sword Style. You already know, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell, and yeah, it's your boy 3 Sword Style, and I'm out.
She says music, bitch.
To the tune, till I'm dead. Don't want room, mama, go by, don't want